So excited to be talking to you because you and I have kind of run in each other's circle for a long time, but we've never had a chance to sit down and just chat like this. So it's nice to see you.
Thank you. Thank you so much for having me. Yes, we go way back in New York when I was living there.
We really do.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's like 15 years ago or so.
Well, and that's the neat part of it, though, because I want to talk to you about what you've done. You really do. I embody the word, entrepreneur. There's no question about that. You've had a lot of different businesses, but where I think you've really just so impressed me recently. I turned 50 this year, and I've followed you for a long time, and you really embrace that online when a lot of people are using Facetune to take away their wrinkles. I'm guilty of it, and do things to kind of hide who they are. You're a social media influencer of a certain age and proud of your age.
I'm very proud of my age. In fact, I announce it all the time. I'm 56 years young, as I like to say, and I really came into myself and found myself at this stage of my life, which is, I think happening for a lot of women, but at the same time, there are women who are like, okay, what now? Like, are we lost? But I would love to share all of my tips and tricks and just all of this information that I've gathered pretty much over the past 10 years. So I guess actually started like in my 40s, but I really blossomed more in my 50s, I have to say. So I'd love to share this information with other women because I just feel like a lot of women at this stage, they're like reinventing themselves and they kind of feel lost, and maybe a lot of things are changing, like your body, your mood, maybe your relationships, and maybe all of a sudden you find that you're depressed and you never have been before. So there's just a lot that can be done to make this stage of your life just actually for me better than ever. And I feel better in my 50s than I did when I was in my 30s. And I'm just I really do. I mean, just internally, mentally, physically, emotionally, just like on every level. So it can be done.
Well, and I think that's my question. So I started doing this because look, I'm on the air at night and you put your makeup on and you do your thing, and you can't go on the air and be like, yeah, I had a really terrible day today. I didn't sleep last night because I'm going through menopause. I'm sweating, hot flashes. I totally gained weight in this dress I can't breathe in. Like literally half my dresses I'm not wearing right now because I gained weight. And you can't go on television and do the news and say that. But I felt like I needed a place to talk to women about real things that are going on. And I think that women want to be able to do that. And so I'm excited to be able to talk to you about that because you are saying these things almost effortlessly, and it makes you feel like, oh gosh, all that's me. So where do you begin with that? Where do you begin with answering that question? Like, now what? Because that's what I've been working on. And I think a lot of women are, and every time I go speak to them, they're changing jobs or transitioning into something else, getting divorced. Gray divorces are on the rise, not even with regard to the pandemic, just in general. But this is also a group of spenders and women that are, have come into their own, and women that are running their own households. So it's, there's kind of two different sides to this, to this world.
Right. Well, I have to say it was a lot of soul searching for me and a lot of trial and error. So I have failed, I would say, like 20 times in the past 15 years. No, it's like,
I just love how you say it's a matter of fact.
I just, I try things. I keep trying and I keep getting up. I mean, that's one of the things that I think is so important to happiness is resilience. It's one of the things I actually like to talk about. And also something that I find is really important as you get older. So I have reached out to, since I moved to LA, it's been a big change. At first, I thought everybody was kind of kooky. And then I started to listen to some of my friends who are like, oh, you don't keep a gratitude journal? You have to keep a gratitude journal. Like, that helps every day. Right. They're like, wait, they're like, you're sitting at your desk every day for 9 hours? They're like, no. We go on meetings. We meet out. We do hike meetings. That's how we meet here in LA. Right. It's just like, it opened my eyes. I have a gratitude journal. I now do hike meetings. I make sure I connect with nature every day.
I need to come live with you for like a month.
It's crazy. I light candles. I use aromatherapy. I
believe in it
literally,
all, though. It's
okay,
just in New
and
York,
believe
it's
it or
like
not, okay,
running.
you're gonna laugh. I'm getting up for a second. I mean, I have a collection of crystals here. I use selenite for energy.
Does it work?
Yes. And I never
Can
thought
I see gratitude journal? Do you have it close by?
I don't know. I have it next to my bed.
Is it big or small?
It's small. It's small. Yeah.
Okay.
By the way, everything that I'm talking about, I have on my blog. So all of these products, tips and tricks, I have like several places on my blog. I have my top tips for looking and feeling 10 years younger. That's my
toolbar. I want to talk to you about, because I think that's I think that page is going to be
it all is in there. It's in there, including like it starts from here. So it starts from within first, and then you can work on all the exterior stuff. But I do have a lot of the exterior stuff too, because
let's talk about
honest, I care about, like some people are like, oh, I care about my hair. I care that my hair is thick and lush the way it was when I was in my 30s. Like, I want to maintain that as long as I can. I mean, am I expecting to be 80 and have this hair? No. And I'll embrace that at the time. But it's about being happy with who you are, like living in the moment. Like, am I happy today? Because that's all that counts, is the moment. It's not what happened yesterday or what's going to happen tomorrow. Like, what are you feeling right now? So,
you know what's funny is somebody said to me, it was my cousin actually, and we're about 3 years apart. And she said to me, today's our one day. And I go, what do you mean by that? And she goes, remember how when we were young, we would always say like, well, one day I'm gonna travel the world. One day I'm gonna whatever. And I was like, oh my gosh, you're right. Today is our one day. And it stuck with me. And it stuck with me really deep. Like I read a lot of advice. I read all sorts of, every inspirational quote I could find. I have 1,000 books. But the truth of the matter is that that is so true. Today is our one day, and it's the only one that we're kind of promised in this moment.
That's right.
So I guess I wonder what do you do to kind of appreciate that? And you have tips for feeling and looking younger, and I think that's important. I think that's important for people to know and to share. And I don't think we've done that before. Like, we're the kind of the roadmap to this generation. I don't remember having somebody to look at and go, how should I do this? I feel like we're kind of navigating this territory ourselves.
Well, that's why I started my blog. And that's why when I moved to California, I used to run 2 businesses. One was called Ask Melissa, and the other one was called Page Daily, which was like an online magazine. And then when I moved to LA, I started seeing all these millennial bloggers. And I was saying to myself, wait, there's nobody in my space doing this. So I would see them all in Melrose Place getting photographed. And then I would start to follow them. And I said, oh, they don't really have tips on there. They just have photographs and they're gorgeous and they're fully edited and they look like they're out of a magazine. I said, but what about someone my age that can kind of combine that inspirational magazine like feel, but at the same time be approachable and also give women tips and hope and actual action items that they can use. That was in a digestible form. So that's what I set out to do, and that stuck. This is where this is the time, and it just happened pretty much within the past year. Just my blog took off. I'm working with tons of brands, and these are all brands that I've been using for years. I reached out to them and said, hey, I would love to work on a project with you. So it's great to get paid for something that you actually love and use and are passionate about every day. So
I love seeing it. I love seeing it. And I love that you're not trying to, we're on social media. And I think what happens is it's very hard to not scroll through your feed and everyone's kind of, you're comparing. You're not saying this person's 20 years younger than me, or this person is, has 2 makeup artists and a hair person. And you're going through and going, why didn't I? Why can't I? How did they? And those are really tough questions. And I think what you do is you say like, this is who I am. And this is how you can do this if you choose to.
Right. And you can apply my tips to your own, whoever you are. And it doesn't have to be, whether you're my weight or my height or have my hair. You apply my tips and you will be that best version of yourself if you, choose to check out some of the products and services. And because I have road tested hundreds of products in every category. And I don't think women have the budget to do that or the time.
Right.
And I know that if I wasn't being sent 100 different clean beauty foundations, I wouldn't be trying them all. So I try them all, and then I report on all of this, like a reporter, like you. I report on all of my findings in the lifestyle space. And my platform is Instagram and my blog. So, I just really enjoy doing this. I've been passionate about it for years, which is why I failed 100 times over, because I just keep at it. And now I just found that sweet spot.
That's okay. All right. So let's talk about a couple of these things, because some of your tips that I really like. One of them is natural makeup. And natural makeup got a really bad rap for a long time because people would say it doesn't stay on right. It doesn't do this. It doesn't do that. But I think natural makeup has definitely changed in the course of the past several years in terms of giving makeup with chemicals in it a run for its money.
Yes. So it's funny that we just mentioned natural makeup, because that is actually the blog post I did this morning, and it's up on my blog right now.
Okay, good.
Yeah, I talk about all my favorite natural makeup picks, and that is an area that you definitely need expertise and advice in, because a lot of natural makeup does not work, does not last. For example, I only found one waterproof mascara that works. It's by a company called Ari Perez, also listed on the blog. But I also have a Glow Girl certified list, which has skincare, makeup, supplements. It's categorized in different areas of lifestyle areas, and you can go on and then just see all the products. But this particular blog was just focused on makeup. So I found that one mascara that doesn't have an annoying brush, and that that has a brush, and that actually makes your lashes look thicker and plush and twice as long, and at the same time it's waterproof, and there's no harsh chemicals, there's no phthalates, there's no sulfates. It's 100% clean. There's an app called Think Dirty, and it's a fantastic app. I think everybody should download it, and then you can actually type in your product that you're using, or even scan over the label, and it will tell you on a scale how dirty and how clean it is. And then it'll also list the chemicals in it. So I do that test. Yes, it's called Think Dirty, and that's the name of the app.
Great.
I love the name of the app. Yeah. So
it's
very useful for women. Yeah. Very useful for me too. Yeah. And then there's another company that I love, and it's a skincare company called Cora Organics. It's founded by Miranda Keir. And she is one of the few beauty brands, let's say skincare brands, that has organic beauty. It's certified organic, which is one step further than organic. So really love her things, and she's launching a lot of new products. But her natural self, it's actually a gradual self tanner, is my favorite. She just launched a new cleanser, which it's like a milky oil cleanser. It works so well. It's not only that their products are organic and natural and clean, but they also work. And they also have a great scent. They don't smell like, twigs, which some of these natural products smell like twigs, and I'm not using them.
I'm not either. Right. So we talked about, mindfulness, and I know you have a lot of tips on that. We talk about, there's rest. I like that you also do this. You do recommendations of other podcasts. You do recommendations of different series and stuff to watch, which is great. Like the sleep well. I just think it's so smart.
Yes,
you pulled it all together. I love that. I love it. So, you also have a daughter. And I had to do a double take. I was like, oh my gosh, it looked like they could be sisters. I just think it's very, very cool. So talk about Mommy and Me.
So this all happened during quarantine. My kids moved home, and we were spending so much time together. And I no longer had access to a photographer, just people in general cutting my things. And my daughter was so great with the camera, as every millennial is, or Gen Z. They're so good with the camera, with video. It just comes naturally. And she would just give me so many suggestions. And I said, why don't we start doing stuff together? And I pitched it to Who What Wear. And Who What Wear, I'm featured on Who What Wear twice a month. So either in a beauty article or a fashion article. And I do one a month with my daughter. I do one with another blogger who actually is a great resource too. Her name is Janet Gunn of The Grateful Gardenia. She's all about motivation. She's incredible, but we do something together. And then I do just standalone articles as well. And this is basically for women, 50 and up, but they focus on like mommy and me, like something that we both would love. Like Melissa's 56, her daughter's 23, and they love these basics, type of thing. And then we would wear like the same sweatsuits or the same basics, the same shoes, and show how we rock it in a different way. So this also shows women and gives women inspiration as well that, wow, I don't need to wear, well, now mom jeans are cool, but I don't need to wear.
No, I heard the side part's not cool. I didn't know the side part wasn't cool.
I know. That's like, you have to do the off center. I heard that too. The side part.
What's the off center?
The off center is just like, it's not center, but it's a tiny bit off center. I should do something on hairstyles and cuts.
Yes.
Because
especially
it wouldn't just feature me. The side part, the curtain bangs, the way to layer hair, the color that you should wear your hair, like all that. Yeah, you're right. That's
you're a hair model, for goodness sake. I just love it. Melissa, you're so awesome.
Hair supplements.
Literally, I know. Oh, is that what you do?
Yeah, I take hair supplements. Hush and Hush hair supplements, and I do the serums. I do everything that I can to, just save my hair and just keep it as healthy as I can.
Well, I feel like brands are lucky to have you representing women in their midlife, and you just look fabulous.